Hi, everybody. I'm back. Thank you for joining me. I also, before I get started here, I want to thank you all for participating in viewing the Impromptu Nephthys musical, which has detailed the entire Bogus HIV tragedy. Not only how it impacts us all over the world, but me personally, having survived it for 23 years now. Uh, I want to remind you about my website, theconsciousdoctor.com, particularly the Rainbow Warrior Companion section of the website. As well, my YouTube channel, Damian Laster YouTube channel. I have also changed the title of all of my presentations about chakra teachings, Kundalini, metaphysics, to include the Impromptu Nebthet unit musical title, so that you will be able to easily find and refer others to this information who need it. On just last week, another person contacted me who received that diagnosis, is experiencing the debilitating effects of those drugs, and is so happy to now have access to information. This is why I do what I do, even though I've been healed all these years. I do not want anybody to go through the trauma that I've endured. I don't think it's necessary for spiritual growth, and we've gotten to the bottom of what is really going on. So we've been teaching that to you, mainly genociding of the highly melanin black people on our planet. Genocide, eugenics, profiteering off of the death of innocent people, organ harvesting, manipulating the world economy based on the suffering of innocent people worldwide. To date, 36.1 million innocent people have died. And I want to say here too, there's been many years, and I have continually grown by studying, mainly Bobby Hemmett and the occult teachings. It seems that we've shared some very similar experiences and arrived at the same conclusions, and he, because of his diligence as an excellent scholar, has expounded on all of those, which I have also been posting about. Okay, I wanted to come here. This is where I grew up. My father moved our family here when I was 6 years old. Out here are mostly teachers, first-time college graduates, people who started families and wanted more for their children. So this neighborhood was formed on the west side of town, near the airport. It is called Woodcrest Estates. Here's where I grew up, in this park area. We played many sports activities. We used to play one street against another. That basketball court up there, many a sweat droplets have dripped on that court. A lot of convening takes place among the people out here. They convene out here on holidays and on every day, just to talk and engage each other. Um, and now what I want to talk about is the true and real horror of receiving an HIV positive diagnosis. I used to be quite well respected growing up out here, very involved in band. I was a good student, like most people out here. And it's, in fact, because of the people of this neighborhood, whom I love, that I was able to be voted most talented in both middle school and high school, having been the first black drum major at my 70% white high school at that time. It's because of the people out here who played sports, who were involved in music, and the dedication of their parents to see us all the way through the educational process, that we are who we are today. However, I am not the only person in this neighborhood impacted by that diagnosis. Some older than me, and I'm certain some younger that I'm not yet aware of, who have been slain. They are no longer with us. The trauma of that diagnosis in my life, later in my life, caused me to plunge into alcohol and substance abuse, where I returned out here, in a sense, I realize now, screaming out for help, for somebody to say, what's going on with Damien? He's doing drugs, he's drunk all the time. What's going on? But it seemed that nobody ever asked that question. Not even my own father. Thank God for my mother. But what people did do is begin to shun me because of my sexuality, which was no longer a secret because I made it public, as well as the secret that most people hide, which is receiving that diagnosis. And particularly after learning the truth, not having seen people, for some of them for 30 years, they located me on Facebook. But I had already been on social media for many years prior to that, but never on Facebook. And so all the people that I grew up with and loved, when they learned who I really was, no longer a Catholic Christian, no longer a Jesus praiser, then I was further shunned, stigmatized, ostracized, pushed out. So every time when I come home to this neighborhood, whether I'm in Birmingham or whether I'm living in Atlanta, all these years, I always come back to where I grew up. I think I wrote in my book, I come home to eat some collard greens, to get my bearings straight again, to feel strong again, so I can go back out and tackle the world. And look, Mama Nebthet has flown in and landed on my finger. Do you see her there? Ladybug. I've taught that she shapeshifts in ladybug forms. I hope I'm getting it in. She just flew off. But anyway, thank you, Mama Nebthet. I love you. But anyway, the trauma of receiving that diagnosis and then growing spiritually has caused much chaos in my life, as does yours cause in yours. Some people are not able to understand. They are comfortable in what they believe they know to be the truth. And now we understand fully the mythology of Zeus and Jesus and why our ancestors wore those animal faces. Because when they wanted to pass back into the underworld, there's a gatekeeper at that doorway, and those faces could help them mask who they were so they could slip through and back home. All of the monuments built on this planet, pyramids everywhere, which our educational systems have long and hard fought to keep us from that knowledge, chipping off our noses and lips, keeping that information from us, telling us that we have been worshiping many gods, because they know that those archetypes of consciousness of the Cometan pantheon symbolize parts of ourselves. The destroyer mechanism, as well as the loving mechanism, which later translated into voodoo and all other manner of world religions, but it all originated with our ancestors. And we also know about Kundalini awakening, that dormant energy that is laying in the base of the spine, that we now know Prometheus stole from Zeus and gave it to humans. And he was therefore punished and chained to a rock, and vultures ate of his flesh. I posted about that in my Kundalini presentations. Please see that, Kundalini Energy Body, okay? By Damian Laster. See those presentations, study those presentations, share those presentations so that you can awaken spiritually and come into true spiritual knowledge so that you can position yourself in how to maneuver. What we are learning is an all-out assault on the highly melanin black people all over the planet, an assault on our melanin. This is very serious. So many people are caught up in wanting to be loved and to love that they are forgetting that warrior side of themselves, which is very much needed in order to protect your melanin. I always, when I get bored or disenchanted, I watch Shaka Zulu from beginning to end. Pausing, remembering what's important, which is protecting yourself and your people. So, I want to close up by saying that here in my neighborhood today, I ran into an old friend, a football star of his day, who always, when he would see me, or even though years would go by, he would say, "Damian!" He'd call me out. He'd say hello to me when other people would look down at their cell phones, pretend not to notice me, not look my way when they're passing my house. And that really did hurt, but it made me stronger to continue to move and learn and grow and share with people who are ready for that knowledge. Everybody's not ready. You need to realize that. And some of them you have to cut cords with. You have to let go so that you can grow spiritually. So today, in my mind, was a sign that the world is waking up, that I am still loved in my community, and one day these people are going to realize who Dr. Damian Lester really is. Someone who loves them, someone who cares about them and all of our people all over this planet, who is willing to die today for a cause as a result of my attempted murder and the murder of my best beloveds. This is real. And if you're not ready for that, I don't think I even need to add the other part to that. It's time to get serious spiritually. Take back your power. Heal yourself. Stop giving your money away to people who would rather see you dead. Do you understand that? Does that ring in your mind? That's truth. It should. If it doesn't, I'm going to be questioning whether you're a clone, because we know that's been going on since the 50s. I thought it was the 70s. But so people around you may not even be real. It's up to you to learn all about that so that you can be discerning again and protect your melanin. Are we clear on that? I hope so. If you need to contact me, please do so from the website in the contact us section. That's consciousdoctor.com, consciousdr.com. If anyone is in need of that book, I'm not able to spend time counseling people over the phone for free any longer. My life has moved on in another direction, and I have to be particularly observant even in this environment. So please refer people to the information. Talk about this on your holidays. Talk about something that matters. Come out from in front of the TV watching the game and talk about saving the lives of your children. What's the hard part? There isn't any. Okay. Have a good day. I need to get ready to get back to Atlanta. I am Dr. Damian Quentin Laster, Kabir Amin Ra, Unpua Sarset Harakti, the Conscious Doctor, Rainbow Warrior, Metaphysical, the real science of our ancestors. Have a good day. Atum Ra. Bye-bye.